Everybody, welcome back to the... Stop saying the... to Dragon Age, Origin. Last we left off, we've cleared Soldier's Peak. Now let's actually get on with the main quest, I think. We stop in Redcliffe. Maybe get a... Sten's sword. Then we have somewhere else to go. Actually, there's quite a few things we could possibly do, I think, in Redcliffe. Goddamn cat. Stupid staticky body.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
I'm not gonna like this, am I?
I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in?
Mm-hmm.
The reason he did that was because... well... because my father was King Marek. Which made Cailan my... half-brother, I suppose.
So you're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard?
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Cailan's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Does Loghain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
You sure you're not hiding anything else?
Besides my unholy love of fine cheeses and a minor obsession with my hair, no, that's it. Just the prince thing.
Heir to the throne,
Let's
then.
hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Cailan's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Probably shouldn't have said that. It's probably gonna piss him off, but I don't care. Right, well, he's been made useful. Now away with you, Alistair.
Blast it.
Yes.
Going.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it.
Hey?
Have you come to help us?
What do you mean?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
I've heard Al Eamon is sick, if that's what you
He
mean.
could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us, no Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead, and those left are terrified they're next. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you. He's just over there in the Chantry. Please, come.
Okie dokie. So now you know why I wanted to put in a weapon. Well, actually, you don't know that yet. Never mind. We'll get into that later.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Reynisfere, brother to the Arl. You're a rather unusual group, to say the least. Can I ask who you are and why you've come?
I am a Grey Warden here to speak with Earl
A
Aemon.
Grey Warden? I thought you all died along with my nephew. At least that is what Loghain would have us believe.
Why? What has Loghain said about
That
us?
Loghain pulled out his own men in order to save them. That Cailan risked the entire nation's safety in the name of glory. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. There is a Grey Warden who goes by the name of Alistair. Does he yet live?
He's alive and travels
He
with me.
does? Finally, some good news amidst all the bad. Thank you. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Aemon is gravely ill.
So I've heard.
No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What happened then?
They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. I'm asking you, please, help us. Help Aemon.
First, I have questions.
By all means.
Why don't you just evacuate?
I tried. Our one attempt at an organized evacuation resulted in an immediate attack. Yesterday, I found out these creatures attack those fleeing on their own, even during daytime. Whatever lies in the castle wants this village dead.
Is there another way into the
The
castle?
castle is closed to us, its doors barred. We could storm it certainly, but what would that accomplish? Our numbers are too few. We cannot throw men at the castle walls when they are needed to protect the village.
What happens after
Once the
tonight?
village is safe, we will try to enter the castle to find the source of this trouble.
Enough?
Then you will help us?
Yeah.
There are no Darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
There's a chance to rescue the Earl. We have to try.
Perhaps.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think...
Thank you, Tom.
Yes.
Now then, there is
Sorry,
much to do
I'm
before
just
night
curious to
falls.
see
I put 2 men
if I
in
piss
charge of the
anybody off
defense
with this.
outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the Chantry. Sir Perth, one of Aemon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
On my way.
Very well.
Oof, Morgan really disapproves.
Let us pray.
Doesn't surprise me, she's a bit of a dick.
Exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness.
They're gone, dear boy.
Blessed art
Gone
thou
on a
who
long
seeks his return.
When will
Blessed is the prophetess, his
I'll miss
daughter,
them.
sacrificed to the
Brave
holy
young
flame.
man.
May the
Your
chant reach the
parents
maker's
would want
ears
that.
and tell him
We
of
need you
our
here
contrition.
to protect the rest of us. Yes?
You are of elven blood and a stranger, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
Be grateful when we win the battle.
I will be grateful of your attempt, even if it fails. We can ask no more. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are
Oh,
terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Just how safe is the
It
chantry?
is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
I should go.
May the make...
I have no
I
interest
guess
in
I
your
can do that.
blessings. Poo on your blessings, I say.
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming? Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything will be all right. But I want to go home. Where's Father? Why can't we go home? I already told you. Father is
Jetta.
outside defending the village from the bad.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Jetta?
I am. You've heard of me?
I'm sorry.
I thought that might be the case. Thank you for telling me.
I was supposed to give her something, wasn't I? And I sold it, didn't I?
I guess so.
Yet.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened.
How terrible.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Why would you run
He
off?
said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
Oh,
If he
stand up
has
straight,
foolishly
mate.
run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
I can't believe you'd say such a thing. Have you no heart at all?
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you tried?
I went to her house. It's by the square. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I have no... If you found my brother, I would be eternally grateful.
Where would
I
he
thought
go?
he'd be at home. If he doesn't come back... I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
Pretty sure she does have something to give us. Not that she'd recognize it as such.
Their numbers just keep
Yeah.
growing each night.
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
I don't know who that guy
What should we do
is,
until
but
then?
his voice is
Pray,
amazing.
and hope for a miracle. So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
I don't think the Darkspawn cares who kills them.
If you hadn't noticed, there aren't Darkspawn around these parts. Not yet, anyway. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing. Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all
You reckon the
killed
guy's
and
voice is
hauled off
really
to the
like
castle
that?
tonight.
He must be, because I've heard him. I've heard it. He does other voices in this game, at least. Maybe in the expansion, the Awakening.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
It hasn't been easy. But anyhow. How's morale?
Morale's about what you'd expect. These men aren't soldiers. They're villagers defending their homes, and they're frightened. It would help if we had decent equipment. There weren't enough swords in Owen's shop, and the men's armor is nearly falling off. I don't think we're in any shape to fight. We'll do our best, of course, but, well, I have my doubts. I just hope I'm alive tomorrow morning.
Would be nice. Questions?
Oh? Ask away.
Why have you been stationed?
We're the last defenders of them folks in the Chantry. The women, elderly, and the children. They're the ones we need to protect.
The weak must learn to protect themselves.
That is unworthy of you, Sten.
No Qunari would ever cower helplessly, not woman, nor elder, nor child. They would fight for their survival with tooth and nail.
Well, no matter what happens, we can't let them evil things in there. If they die, the village is done.
What happened?
Don't rightly know. We heard the Arl was sick and getting worse, but after a while we heard nothing at all. A few folks went up to the castle to see what was going on. They couldn't get in. Nobody was there, not a soul. And then those horrid creatures attacked the village. They were everywhere, people dying. It was awful. Good thing Ban Tegan was here.
You know anything about this illness?
No. I know the Arlessa sent the knights out for a cure. You can ask Sir Berth about it. He was one of them. What?
Oh, wine,
Something you
Stan.
need?
What can I do?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Why does he refuse to talk?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Arlessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started.
Oh,
He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Anything else?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwyn in the militia would help a lot, but he's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake, locked himself up in his home. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out. Right?
Alright, let's go get that sword. I can get rid of you, because you're being really... You and Morrigan are being really cranky about this whole thing. Because I'm good. Now then.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
I'm looking for a Qunari sword that you
broke into my house for that?
Surrender the blade before I lose patience, dwarf.
So it's your sword. Farron didn't mention he took it off a live giant.
How much do you want?
I'll let it go for 6 sovereigns. The number's got a nice sound to it, don't you?
All right, here you go.
That was... Now, why don't you take your sword and leave? So what? You recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town. Maybe. Let's hear what you've got. And what good would that do me? The Jarl's probably dead. I couldn't care less what Are you serious? I won't even stick my head out my door for less than 100 silvers. Do I look? It's 100, or it's no deal.
Fine.
You're getting off. You better be out.
In any case... Where is it?
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
What will you do now?
My sword is in my hand again. I should put it to use. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
Yes.
Okay, so it cost some cash. But we made some progress, yeah? Yes.
Yes.
You won't question my decisions.
Where are you going? I thought you were going to help us.
I'm not going anywhere. What do you want about?
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit, I do not know how to address an elf in your position. I do not wish to be rude.
Grey Warden.
Grey Warden. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now, my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with a Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Urn?
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here. We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. We brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Jarl once employed a scholar, Brother Denetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Discuss something
As you
else.
wish.
Anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be. All things cannot wish to...
All things not wish. Let's see what I can
That
do.
gladdens my heart to hear it. As you...
Carry on.
No, all is still, as it has been for days. And it is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death.
Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen to your inauspicious chatter.
He's such a good dog. How many times have I said that? Does it really matter? Because it makes it no less true. What's in here?
Oh, right. Huh. You're such a handsome dog. I think that every time I look at you.
He's happy about that.
Lady Cecily, I lived with her after my mother died, had a dog. A small one bred to fit under the arm and in the lap. What did she name it? Oh, yes. Bonbon. Oh, Bonbon was a terror. He would hide, you know, when he saw you coming. And then he would attack your ankles. Rather sharp teeth in the ankles. Very painful. He attacked me once. Latched onto my leg. I thought it was a diseased rat and kicked. Bonbon flew across the room and over the banister.
Oh dear.
He survived. But he never came near me after that.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Is this Owen the blacksmith? I need to speak with you.
Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
I prefer not to speak through a door. Can I come in?
All right, all right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Wouldn't dream of it, matey boy.
Make his breath.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
Name's Blues, a Grey Warden helping...
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Funny, you didn't sound like an elf through the door. Can't say I expected that. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Why have you locked yourself in the smithy, mate?
My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
I will
It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us... If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for them. Not good enough. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least. Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just...
I don't like
being out here, Gwyn. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
Wine, 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 you're getting paid. Shut your cake hole. Be fucking professionals.
What is it you need, child? I have... What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give. I can pray with them and give them my...
Well, can't you just tell him the...
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not...
But if it thinks it
I suppose
helps.
their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I have a number of... Now please.
That'll do. Ah yes, the girl. I almost forgot about her. Her house is around here somewhere. Plenty of death root, not enough health root. Yeah, Lake Callahad. No swimming. And so we've been told.
Right.
Ah, some health fruit at last. Yeah, apparently they keep dumping potions and such into the lake. Which is just unwise. Ew. Oh?
Oh, right. Allow me. I could do that for you.
No, you can't. If I can't pick it, you sure as hell can't.
And I'm off.
I'm a far better lockpick than you. I've got those nimble elven fingers. He's in here somewhere, I think. Oh, you little shit.
Ah! What are you doing? All right, I'll come out. Please, don't hurt me. I'll go back to the Chantry if you want. I didn't mean any harm.
What were you doing in there?
I can't tell you.
You sure?
You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was Grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and
maybe a bit
kill
heavy
the
for you,
bad
mate.
people who took Mother.
Where's the sword now?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
Perhaps I could help you and your sister in return.
You could? Maybe you could give my sister money? She said if we had money, we'd be alright. Oh, I should...
I'm far too damn charitable. How's it compared to what you got now, Alistair? Oh, this is much better. You are equipping that son of a bitch right now. Okay, I think I'll call it a video here. I'm the Blues 32. This is Dragon Age. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.